Welcome back. It's Friday, the 5th of March. Graduation day. Your room.
It's me, Aegis. May I please come in?
Oh, sure. Open the door.
Thank goodness. I'm so happy to see you again. I'm sorry to show up so suddenly, but I really needed to talk to you.
What's on your mind?
I remember everything. Everyone seems to have forgotten. But I remember that day
You're right.
I'm sorry. It's just that when I remembered, I was afraid you might go somewhere far away, like you did at the last battle.
That won't happen.
Graduation's today, isn't it? I'm sorry. The ceremony's already begun. Such nice weather outside. Do you remember? The promise we all made?
Meet on the rooftop on graduation day.
Why don't we go there and wait for the others? We can enjoy the view of this peaceful city.
Morning. Meanwhile, Kyokugen High School auditorium.
The time to part has finally come. Though this is our last day together, we want the senior class to know that you've truly earned our respect. We wish each of you good health, happiness, and prosperity. On this auspicious occasion, I bid you all a fond farewell on behalf of the student body.
Oh yes, quite good.
Next, a word from the valedictorian.
Well, before then, if you notice on the wall though, they've written several times all the dots. Why did they do that?
From Class D, Mitsuru Kurijo.
Thank you. This last year, I accepted an important responsibility as Student Council President. When I first addressed you from this podium, I spoke to you all about seizing opportunity while you had the chance. Well, it must have been fate that intervened and gave me an important reminder of this. As many of you may know, my father unexpectedly passed away due to sudden illness. Sudden illness?
Wow, that's rare. I've never heard her stumble in a speech before.
I mean, to be fair, she's talking about her father. The students began to buzz. Within that group, a handful of students stood up.
We...
Huh? Wait, wasn't I supposed to... Oh, I...
That's right. I remember now. Our promise.
I remember. Yes. Upon my father's death, I was set adrift in life. No longer will I run from the future. I will face it head-on, in memory of my father's will. I am resolved, free from doubt or hesitation. It is because I have such wonderful, such priceless friends.
Mitsuru!
We swore to each other never to lose hope, no matter what tomorrow brings.
After shouting that, Mitsuru leapt from the stage to rejoin everyone.
Senpai, we remember about him and Aegis.
Yes, of course. Let's go, everyone.
Where do you think you're going? We're in the middle of a ceremony.
Out of my way. Meanwhile, on the roof of the high school, the warm sunlight and gentle wind feels good on your resting body. Aegis is sitting close to where you're lying.
The wind feels so nice. This is my first time experiencing spring, but this season will eventually pass. After fighting alongside you and facing the world's end, I finally began to understand what it means to live. Thinking for yourself, not running away, accepting the inevitable. All things eventually come to an end. Every living thing will one day disappear. Only by accepting this can one discover what they truly want, what the meaning of their life will be. I understand now why I was so tormented by my lack of strength. Protecting others became more than just an order I had to obey. I wanted to do it for my own reasons. I realized this once I decided to try and prevent the fall. When I thought I might never see you again, something else became clear to me. What I wanted most. And so, I made up my mind. I decided that I would continue to protect you. I want to be your strength. I know I'm not the only one who can do this, but that's okay. My life will be worth living if it's for this reason. Thank you.
It'll be okay.
You're right. What am I doing? I understand now. So I should be happy.
Hey!
You hear voices calling out to you.
Everyone! I realize now that I have friends as well. You don't have to save the world to find meaning in life. Sometimes, all you need is something simple, like someone to take care of. I'll keep on living no matter what, so that I can protect you.
Aegis is smiling gently. The gentle spring sunlight warms your body. The cheering you hear from afar, the slightly chill wind. This is the world you and your friends protected. You feel a little sleepy.
Thank you for everything. You're tired, aren't you? You can close your eyes. I'll always remain here by your side.
You can hear footsteps and several familiar voices drawing near.
The others will be here soon.
The bright sunlight and Aegis' voice softly overlap. You're getting sleepier. Your eyelids feel heavy. All the dots.
Don't worry. I'll always protect you.
There we go. Yeah. See, look, remaster. Like people are like, it's not a remaster. It's a remaster. It says right there, look. Remaster edition. Right there. Right there. Right. So, let's kind of get into, like, the philosophy of what the game's about, which is death. Death, constantly. Because if you haven't figured, yeah, main character just died. Because that's the point. It's like, I genuinely don't feel like it's a... Honestly, don't feel like it's a spoiler saying that at the start of the game. It's like, main character's gonna die at the end. Because it's memento mori. Like, remember, you will die. And as I said way back, the whole point of the design philosophy of this game is like, you have 1 year. How will you spend your time? What will you do in that time? Which is why all these aspects of like how the social links work, the gameplay in Tartarus, the fact you get tired, it's all building on that idea of like, you've only got so much time. You can't do everything. So what do you do with the life that you have, that little bit of life, that 1 year? What do you do with that? What is the answer to that question? What is the meaning of this year? What is the meaning of life? What is the answer to that question? And that's why it's like, I called that part the answer, even though there's a thing called the answer which explores it more. It's like, that's the point of this entire thing. It's like, it's the journey. Like, this part's called the journey. And it ends with him finding the answer. And his answer is basically to protect everyone else. That was the purpose of his life. Was to protect everyone he'd come to know. Now, let's get on to the idea of... I'm putting all this simply, by the way, because we only got so many limited time here. But the other aspect is very much like the female protagonist is a good companion story. Very much feel like that's its point. That's why it exists. That's what I feel is the purpose. They have a similar starting point. And it's how they basically dealt with like the death of their parents. The fact death was inside them. One became depressed, dour. Emo would probably be a way of putting it to really like put it simply. It's like, and this was this character, the male one. The female main character basically took it a different way. And she sort of was hiding the fact she was depressed by just joking around, having a laugh. Like, she was hiding how she was feeling. And it's very much like, that's why they're both important for what this story is at this point, I feel. It's that aspect of they are two sides of the same coin and presenting how such things can affect you different ways and how important that is to address and talk about and discuss. That's why I feel like the female protagonist is just so good. Like, she's important. She really is. She really is. Like, dismissing her would be wrong. To the story, the idea of Persona 3. Now, want to get onto which do I feel is better? In terms of the actual character, neither. After all this, neither. Which route would I say is better? The female one. Not saying the female main character is better, I just feel like the female route is better. Because some of the social links you get on the female route are just so much better. Like, you get to know Junpei, Ken, Shinji. Karamaru has a social link. By comparison, it's like, it feels like the male route is so lesser because you don't learn some important stuff about the characters you're going along with on this journey. And that's important to the story. That's important to how it works. So it's like, that's such a vast improvement you have on the female route. Which then comes back to my other point I've been making throughout. What I think Atlus is doing here right now. I think very much the remake is going to exist. That's my feeling right now. So why would they release this? That's what maybe what you're thinking. Like, why would they release this then? What would be the point? It's like, quick bit of cash. Like, it's a quick bit of cash. People get to experience Persona 3 on like the Switch. Like, if they're gonna remake Persona 3, it's not gonna be able to work on the Switch. The Switch, as it stands, is not powerful enough for something that could be like the next Persona, which if they, you know, it's that kind of thing. It's like, I don't feel like it would potentially have enough power. So it's nice to get this out there as a way for people to play it. It's that aspect of it would be easy to get it out, fairly simple project to do. They don't have to do too much in the way of like remastering or anything. It's basically just sprites all over the place. It's not going to take long for them to do. People get to experience the female protagonist. It's just nice, quick, easy way for them to get the game out so we can enjoy it and for them to make money. I don't mind that, by the way. I'll point that out. It's like, I don't mind if like it was just like a way for them to make money. Because they make good games. They use that money wisely. It's like, go for it. Go for it. I bought it. I was happy to buy it. Simple as that. Simple as that. But one thing I really hope they do, though, is if they only have a male route, please improve the social links. Like, we want it on the level of Persona 5 Royale, at least. At least. With how things are. Don't just do like a HD remaster kind of thing. We want a full-on proper remake, really, at this point, don't we? That's what we need. I'd love it if they do have it so it has the dual protagonists. You can pick one. That would be absolutely fantastic. It's just whether they will. I don't know. Because I've got speculations and ideas, and it's just time will tell. I could be wrong about there being a remake. I just feel like almost as if like them releasing Portable and not FES as a remaster signifies that, like, yeah, there's a remake coming. Because here's the thing. Had they released a remaster of FES, people would be less interested in a remake. People would still be interested, but there'd be less people interested in it. So what do they do if they want to try and release Persona 3 now? Go with the portable version, because then there'd be such a big difference. Such a huge difference between this and a remake. That's what I feel like's going on right now. Again, I could be wrong. Time will tell. We'll visit this video probably in the future being like, was I right? Did they do the things I wanted them to do? We shall see. We shall see. But regardless, I'm very much thinking two things in terms of Persona in future on the channel is we will actually look at the Persona 4 remaster of Golden. Is it a remaster? I'm not entirely sure if it's actually a remaster. I'm not sure, but I'll be looking at that anyway. That'll be coming up at some point. Who knows when? Don't hold me to that. We got Q2 to do before that. So don't expect that soon. And one day we'll have Persona 6. That's the plan, Persona 6. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all that. I certainly did enjoy myself. I do hope we do get the rumored remake. I really do, because there's so much they could improve upon that I spoke about across the entire Let's Play series. So it would be very nice if we got that remake. Pretty please, Atlus. Pretty please. But that's me signing off. If you want to support the channel, you can do. Links down in the description. You know all that stuff. Donate blood if you can. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you whenever. Ta-ra for now.